Good morning students, welcome to the session on operating systems. In the previous session we have seen the modes of CPU and the system calls. I think so it is clear to you people, just I want to repeat the system calls definition. It provides an interface between the services or to the services made available by your operating systems. Why? Because we will be having two modes like user mode and kernel mode. In user mode, we will be not having any direct access to our hardware components. In kernel mode, we will be having the direct access to our components, I can say. In order to make them available, we are utilizing what? System calls. In order to make them available, we are using what? System calls. These will be written in C and C++. So it will be available in all the kernel systems, I can say, all the operating systems, I can say. Okay, do remember that kernel is not an hardware component, it is a software component, it is a part of your operating system, I can say. So by using these particular system calls, you will be making the services that are made by your operating system to our users, I can say. Okay, now let us see them one by one. We have said that we are having different kinds of system calls. Just look into them. See, these are the types of system calls: process control system calls, file management system calls, device management system calls, and information maintenance, and then communication system calls. We will be understanding them in one by one manner. Now try to understand what is a process. Okay, process is a program which is under the execution, I can say. Process is nothing but what? A program which is under the execution. Okay, whenever a program goes into the execution, whenever the program given to your CPU, then it will be having number of processes in order to execute it by the processor. Okay, now try to understand what are the system calls that are utilized by your process control. In order to execute your program, you will be executing multiple processes, okay, by your CPU. In order to execute those processes, every process will be created first, and that will be given to your processor, that will be executed then, and then that will be terminated. In generally, we will be having this sequence of steps, I can say. In order to do every action onto your process, we need system calls like end, abort. Say suppose if you are executing the process in a successful manner, you will be terminating that process by using end call. Okay, end system call, I can say. If there is any error, if there is any problem occurring in between the execution of your process, then by force you will be aborting the process, I can say. By force you will be terminating the process. That will be done by using abort system call. In order to execute your process, we need to load that into main memory, and then that has to be executed, that has to be created first, If you are using Unix operating system, you will be having a fourth system call in order to create the new processes, I can say. Okay, in our Windows, just we will be having create process system call, that's it. Okay, in order to terminate process. Okay, every process will be identified by its ID, I can say, that we will discuss later. But these are the few system calls in order to execute your process in a successful manner by your CPU, I can say. Okay, get process attribute, process in which state it is, in which process it is, what are the input output devices that are needed by it. Everything will be recorded. For that reason, we will be maintaining the process attributes, I can say. And see, whenever a process is executing by your CPU, it must be in a wait position. Why? Because if your process is in need of IO devices, if your process is in need of any data, if sometimes the process will depend on some other process. If some other process get executed, then only that result will be supplied to your process in order to execute. Okay, in order to solve those problems, we will be putting the processes in a wait queue. Okay, for that we will be having wait for time, wait for event, and signaling event. Okay, these system calls are used in order to make some queue when your processes are in waiting state. Okay, and allocate and free memory. See, whenever we want to execute the processes, then that must be allocated with some memory. Okay, it will be done by these particular system calls. But whenever you complete the process, whenever you are aborting the processes, then it must be freed so that that memory will be utilized by the next processes, I can say. These are the few system calls which are available to your process control in case of your operating system. Okay. Do remember, these are the system calls which will handle your process. That's the reason we are saying process control system calls. Okay. And then next we are having file management. See here, what do you mean by file? A file is the place where we are storing our data. Okay, simply in order to store our data, we are creating the files. Okay, it may be a collection of records, I can say, that should be created, that should be handled, that should be deleted, that should be opened, read or write, whatever the operation that we are performing. For them, we need system calls like this: creating the file and deleting the file, open the file and close the file. And in the yesterday's session, we have seen the example in order to copy our source file into destination file. There we have seen these two, read and write. And reposition also is the same thing. We will be moving the folder or file from one location to another locations, I can say. We will be reading the data from a file and we will be writing the data onto the file, I can say. And we will be defining the attributes that are needed by your files, I can say. These are the system calls which will be handling, which will be managing your files, I can say. Simply, this can be a management, this can be a manipulation. Whatever the manipulation that you want to perform onto your files, that will be done by your file management system calls, I can say. Okay, do remember them. Why? Because when we are storing the data will be handled by your operating system, I can say. In order to deal a large amount of data, we will be handling them by using the system calls like file management system calls. Okay, and then next we are having device management. See, whenever we are talking about the devices will be considering input or output devices. Input or output devices. In that only I can talk about the data. How we will be talking about the data, just we will be seeing. See, device management, why we need the device management means whenever a process is executing, whenever a program is executed by your operating system, it may need device like keyboard, monitor, printer, right? Every device is useful by your used by your program, I can say, or as the process. In order to use those, we need these particular system calls. See here, we will be requesting for the devices, whatever the device that we want, keyboard, mouse, etc, etc, and we will be releasing them after utilizing it. Okay, if it is complete its usage, then we have to release them. Why? Because some other process is in your CPU which is executing itself. So in order to utilize them, we will be releasing that device. And read write positions, we will be reading and writing from the input or output devices. We will be doing them by using the system calls like read write positions in your device management, and we will be defining the attributes which are necessary for your devices. Logically attaching, logically detaching the devices, I can say. Simply when we are talking about this, logically attaching, logically detaching means whenever you connect your USB to your system physically, when you are plugging in the USB into your system, then that is a physical mode. Okay, physically you are connecting it to your CPU. Okay, but after working onto your USB drive, then people will be having an option, right, like ejecting the USB, right? After ejecting, even if the USB is connected to your system, logically it will be detached from your system, I can say. It won't be displayed onto your my computer. Okay, that is what the logically attachment or logically detachment, I can say, for your operating system. Logically we can attach the devices, logically we can detach the devices, I can say. USB is the best example in order to understand this particular topic. Okay, that's it for today. We are having two more system calls that we are going to discuss in our next session. That is your information maintenance and communication systems. Okay, that's it for today. If you are having any doubts, just let me know by your comments. If there is any problem, just we will be solving it and we will be discussing them in a later session. Thank you.